Hello, we're going to take a little flyover tour. Let's get started. We're going to begin in Gunnison, Colorado. It's about 75 miles from Montrose. You can see the irrigated green of the valley from the Gunnison River. It flows into Blue Mesa Reservoir, probably 60 miles, 40 miles in length, fed from snow melt and captured at Blue Mesa Dam for hydroelectric and irrigation. Below the dam that you can see passing toward the center of the screen now is the Gunnison Gorge. There are two more dams below that, Crystal and Morrow Point, that dam up smaller amounts of water. Below those two dams, though, is the Black Canyon National Park, the Gunnison Gorge, and the Gunnison Wild and Scenic River, native cutthroat trout, good fishing, good rafting, and just as it was years and years ago, unspoiled. There are trails that you can hike down to the Gunnison River and go fishing. It's not an easy place to get to, so there's not much competition. You can see the roads there on both sides as we enter a snow image from Google Earth. But it's quite deep. It's 2,000 feet deep, and it takes a good 2 hours to get up out of there, if not 3 or 4. Now we flew over to the valley, the Uncompahgre Valley. That's Montrose there. Spent 20 years there working. And we're headed south, flying a little bit up over the Uncompahgre Plateau. It's a gentle rise, but it rises to 10,000 feet. And we're going to fly over where we used to live. It's in the center of the screen now, called Log Hill Village. We lived right on the edge and could see the reservoir at the far left. We're in Ouray County now, flying over Ridgeway and into the Ouray Basin as we approach the San Juan Mountains. The little dot in the center is the city of Ouray. Actually, it's a town. And off to the right is the Campbird Mine Road. We're following that road up through the basin and canyon there. That's the route I took when I ran from Ouray to Telluride in the Imogene Pass run. We're back out a little bit. It's the basin there you can see. It goes up over that ridge and drops into the town of Telluride, which we will fly over here in just a second. And you can see the Telluride ski area slopes groomed there in the distance. It's an infamous resort in the town of Telluride. You can almost feel the money as we fly over. There's hardly a lot for sale in this whole basin around Telluride that's less than $1 million. And that's a small, small lot, barely big enough to put a house on. So you can imagine the homes. Anyway, up out of Telluride, we're coming back over to Ouray. We'll back up here and you can get a view of the mountains off clear into the distance there. You're looking clear toward the Silverton and Durango area. But I want to show you Mount Sneffels. So we'll try if I can fly this helicopter. I'm still learning. We'll back up here a little bit, go over to Ouray, and then swing over to Mount Sneffels. But you get a good feel from this Google Earth perspective in three dimensions. The terrain, it's very accurate too, and the images are from satellite photos, so they are true. There's our lovely Ouray again. We'll pull over here and just grab a quick peek and hover at Mount Sneffels. There it is right in the center of your screen, 14,133 feet, I believe it is. We've climbed that, Bobby and I, several times. We always drag our company up there, so if you don't want to climb Mount Sneffels, don't come see us. The view up there, from up there, is spectacular. Passing over it now. And we'll swing back to Ouray and continue our flight south toward Gunnison. We're going to take the $1 Million Highway. You can Google that term and read a little bit about it, but it It's in the basically you can see it, a black line on your screen. It follows the bottom of this basin, and that basin right there levels out into a place called Ironton. We snowshoe up in there, and you've seen pictures from there. And beyond Ironton, you're getting above 10,000 feet now as you summit over Red Mountain Pass at something close to 11,000 feet, I believe. The mountains around it go on up to 14,000 feet. Then you drop off the pass. There's a big huge S-turn at the bottom of your screen that switch back that takes you down to another basin that gradually lowers you into the lovely town of Silverton. And that really is only about 35 miles from Ouray. And now we're still looking south. You can see the mountains that stand between, the Rocky Mountains that stand between where we are now. But beyond those, as we fly south toward Durango, you will see, following that black road on your screen, how beyond these mountains the terrain flattens out into northern New Mexico. There's the road below. These are obviously winter images. Some of them that parallel these are summer images, so we will go from snow to green here in a little bit, depending on when the image was shot. You can see the switchbacks coming down off of Molus and Coalbank passes there. The road to the right of the screens leading you into the Animas Valley, and eventually Durango. You can see how it starts to flatten out. The mountains start to disappear. You're looking at the far top of the screen, you're looking clear into New Mexico. Which is fairly flat but high desert until you get back over to the east a little bit and get back into the tail end of the Rockies. You can see the Animas River there snaking back and forth below us as we approach Durango. And our tour is just about over. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a view of the Four Corners into, and probably beyond, into the Gulf of Mexico. Who knows? Can't quite make it out.